Our Change Initiative is a diversion program for delinquent teens outside of but overseen by the juvenile court system. The mission of the program is to provide an alternative diversion program for delinquent youth aged 11 to 16 who are charged with their first criminal complaint, with the hope and intention of leading to more positive outcomes for participants than are the normal result of typical adjudication of the youth in the court system. Our vision is to create a new type of program outside of the court system, using a peer accountability and mentoring model with youth volunteers acting as one-on-one mentors, with oversight from adult volunteers, attorneys representing the people and the defense, and the juvenile court judge. The idea is to develop a multidimensional approach to youth, providing community services and counseling in addition to the support of the group and their individual mentors. This is thought to provide a more positive experience for first-time offenders, leading to reduced recidivism and a better and more positive understanding of the judicial system. There will be 5 different groups separated by types of offense, one each for theft offenses, drug and alcohol offenses, driving and traffic offenses, minor assault and fighting offenses, and school truancy runaway offenses. There will be 5 offender mentor pairs in each group for a total of 25 pairs, and there will be 1 adult coordinator for each group, so 5 total adult volunteer coordinators. The program will run for 6 months, consisting of 5 modules, each 5 weeks long, with the 26th week dedicated to recognition and a graduation program for all those who made it through the program. Juveniles who complete the program will have their offenses removed from their juvenile record. The juvenile court judge will oversee the program and make the final determination of graduation or failure in the program. An attorney for the prosecutor's office will represent the people and will refer offenders to the program, monitor their progress, and provide reports to the court. Attorney for the public defender will represent the youth offender, refer offenders to the program, monitor youth progress, and provide reports to the court. 5 adult volunteers, 1 for each group, will oversee youth volunteers and offenders and report progress to both attorneys in a biweekly meeting. Youth volunteers will provide one-on-one peer mentoring to offenders in exchange for AP college prep credits. Delinquent youth participants aged 11 to 16, first-time offenders who must agree to participate in all requirements of the program in lieu of formal prosecution are the targeted teens. Youth volunteers will be recruited from middle and high school students in AP and college prep classes who must exhibit an interest in a human services field. They will be rewarded with education credits in social science classes and with attending incentive events with their mentees without cost to themselves. Volunteers must exhibit leadership qualities and a positive and friendly attitude. Adult volunteers may be teachers, parents, school resource officers, or other concerned adults in the community with a background in working with youth. Characteristics that are desirable in participants in the group include a willingness to change ingrained behaviors, a desire to identify problem areas and implement proactive solutions, a willingness to emphasize trust between mentor and mentee, showing a spirit of enthusiasm, ability to exhibit candor in discussing their motivations and goals, ability to model consistency in behaviors and attitudes, willingness to show flexibility to alter goals when required, and ability to focus on long-term success. You may notice these traits are very similar to elements of Kotter's characteristics of an adaptive culture that we learned about in Burke 2018. The feedback channels for the program will consist of the following elements. Youth mentors will observe the youth they are paired with and report to the group coordinator on their positive and negative behaviors. Parents and campus safety officers will be asked to provide feedback to group coordinators on how the youth is doing at home and school throughout the program. Group coordinators will keep records on these reports and meet with the attorneys biweekly to provide feedback on participants. Participants will be rewarded with incentives or sanctioned with additional requirements or loss of privileges for desired or undesired behaviors. We know that sanctions and incentives work best when administered quickly after the desired or errant behavior is observed, so feedback that is relayed quickly helps to facilitate the rapid rewarding of the sanction or the initiation of the incentive. The sanctions and incentives model has been shown to work well with this age group as long as certain criteria exist, such as the group feeling that rewards and sanctions are equitable for all participants. As a bonus to the youth volunteers, many incentives are things that both they and their peer partners could participate in and enjoy. Examples of possible incentives would be movie or amusement park or bowling tickets, fast food certificates, group recognition, and gift cards. Examples of possible sanctions would be 2 to 4 hours of community service work, writing assignments, lots of free time privileges, and earlier curfews. Constant feedback is necessary in any change initiative, but especially in a program like this, it is important so that the program can be altered and shaped by our learning as we go along. To this end, the judge and attorney will hold biweekly meetings to discuss progress of each individual case, program successes, and areas for improvement. Weekly anonymous surveys will be given to participants, both mentors and mentees, to gauge their current reactions to the program and provide feedback for making alterations. Parents will also be encouraged to report positive or negative behaviors to the group coordinators and any ideas that they may have. A group meeting with all participants, as well as the offender youth's parents or guardians, will be held at the beginning and the end of the program to discuss expectations and results. Teen mentors will provide feedback on offenders' progress to group coordinators on an ongoing basis. Participants will work in one-on-one mentoring situations, in 5-team group situations, and in entire group situations in various workshops and activities, and will provide feedback on all 3 formats. All adult participants will meet after each 6-month group to determine if substantial changes are needed based on the previous session. In any change situation, success depends on transparent and meaningful conversation about the need for change and the change leader's vision for how to implement it. People in general respond much better to change if they understand the vision and why the change is necessary and understand their part in implementing it. For this new program to be successful, all stakeholders must be honest and upfront about how they feel it is going and be confident enough to suggest changes where they think they are necessary, and the team hierarchy must be willing to listen to the participants and volunteers. If this is done, the best outcome can be had for the participants, including a life free of contact with law enforcement and a consciousness of both what it is to receive mentoring and how to provide it for all the youth involved in the program.